afternoon, everyone. It's 5 o'clock. This is a select board meeting for the town of Rochester, Vermont. It is March 23rd, 2026, and it is 5. We have posted our agenda in 3 places, visible to town, on the website, and have emailed interested parties. So I believe we can go forward with our meeting. We conform to the open meeting laws. Are there any additions to the agenda?
Nothing on Teams.
Are there any additions to the agenda?
No.
Okay. We will move forward. We usually do start with prior meeting minutes, and we just one this time. We had several last time. These are the meeting minutes from the select board meeting of March 9th, 2026. And I have read them through and they are accurate. And I move that we accept the meeting minutes from March 9th, 2026.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. I'd like to run through the departmental reports. That way, if the department head wants to leave early, he can. Do we have anyone on board from the library?
Questioning a phone number on here.
We can circle back if they
Yep,
identify
they're not
themselves.
saying anything, so.
Highway department does not seem to be here.
No.
Utilities operator,
Yeah, we're gonna be reading water meters this week.
okay,
I think we should raise the rates, or would like to put a note in saying in June we'll raise them.
okay,
It's been 2 years.
already.
Before that, it was 12, so we're
Mhm.
behind.
So the accounts are still just holding their own,
Yeah, that's
Okay.
not good.
right? We need
Because
to
there's some
build.
work we need to do,
Mhm,
because we're behind. And there's just not any money there.
mhm.
So I'm thinking is, right now, the rate is 0.005 per gallon on the water, and I think we should raise it to 0.06.
Is that dollars?
Huh?
Is that dollars?
Cent,
No, cents.
Per
6
gallon.
cents per 1,000 gallon.
0.6 of a cent,
Per
No. it-
0.006.
Gallons is 6 cents.
Oh, okay, per 1,000 gallons, yeah.
All right, so I didn't quite follow that, Terry. What is it now?
Right now, it's
0.005.
0.005 per 1,000,
So it's at
Per gallon.
5
Per
cents
gallon.
per 1,000 gallons.
Yes,
right?
And you're
gallon.
you're
We're
suggesting,
gonna raise it a penny per
Okay.
gallon,
Per gallon.
Per gallon.
1,000 gallon.
right? And then the sewer, I think we should go up to 0.009. It's 0.008 right now,
okay, again, and that's per 1,000 gallons,
correct?
Eight
Same.
cents.
based on the water that goes in.
right? 8 cents per 1,000 gallons now. And you're suggesting 9 cents per 1,000 gallons.
Correct. Not much, but I think we gotta stay on top of this. It's like, figures out right around 5%. And then the quarter rates. Right now, the water is, this is a fixed rate, is $60 per quarter. So it's $240 a year. And I think we should raise it $5 a quarter. So
Okay,
it's
so
$20.
that's like a fixed,
260.
like, connection
That's a
fee?
one-time
Right,
thing.
no, it's
No.
for just a general fee, if you aren't using much water,
Administrative
whatever, you gotta pay a flat fee.
Mm-hmm.
There's a flat fee and then it's so much per
The
gallon.
base charge.
You wanna go to 65?
That's
Right, and the sewer go from 80 to 85.
That's per quarter?
Right.
All right, let me back up then. What was it, what were you saying for water?
The water,
60 to 65,
60 to 65?
right, they're both going up $5,
and then 80 to
quarter.
85.
so $20 a year for each.
All right,
We still have the cheapest rates in the state
Mm-hmm.
by a long shot.
okay. I mean, is there any process that we have to go through for this, or is it, just
You got to vote on
the board?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then do you put a notice in like the March billing
it.
that?
Right, we want to put a notice in the March bill and starting the 1st of June, the rates are gonna go up, or not first, but the 1st of
30th of
July.
June.
like
On the next reading, it'll
Right.
go up.
So it'd be the end of September where it actually takes effect.
Right, it doesn't take effect till.
Take effect July 1, but it'll be on your September bill.
But it's easier to give them a heads up.
Yeah,
That's nice.
I mean, this doesn't seem onerous to me. Of course, I'm not paying for it because I don't live in the village. but
Well, I did
Easy
a
for me to
thing
say.
years ago on what it costs to own your own septic, well, this is quite scary on how cheap it is.
Yeah.
When you start figuring power and everything else,
Yeah,
and if you had a sewer pump, it's even worse.
I have no objection.
Can I ask a question? We have a rather hefty delinquency.
Mhm.
Can we do something about that to?
That's the other thing, yeah.
add to the reserve funds?
The
add to
delinquency,
reserve
there's
funds?
nothing you can do about that until you have an ordinance, and we do not have one.
So he can go forever without paying.
Until he sells his house, and you can just have a lien on it.
Which we can,
But I brought this up before, and nobody's,
I think we should
you should
get
get an
some
ordinance
advice on it.
by call, VLCT. And you gotta have an ordinance, or else you can't do anything.
We
And
gotta
the
have
town does not
ordinance.
have an ordinance. And I've told this to about 3 or 4 different selectmen.
okay. Well,
It's not my job, it's your job. And that's the other thing is, I really feel that the water and sewer commissioner should be a separate group of people that take more interest in the water and sewer, since most of you guys don't have any clue on how it runs.
Well, I think you can at least just ask them to get more involved.
well,
I still think it's a separate group. They've
yeah,
got a lot on their plates now, and a separate group that just worries about water and sewer is a much more efficient way to do it.
You do a great job.
meaning like you want a separate committee?
Yeah.
Like,
Like 3 people. A couple of them need to be in the village, or one needs to be in the village, and one at least needs to be out of the village.
well, let me go back to the issue of the ordinance. So VLCT says that we can't do anything about our delinquent list unless there's a town ordinance that directs how that would be done.
Right, you can't shut the water off until you have an ordinance,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't shut it off
First I'm
in
hearing
anything. But summer's coming, and we would be able to shut it off in summertime unless they pay,
Do you know if VLCT has a model ordinance?
I'm
I can look.
positive they would.
I
Yeah.
can look.
Without a
at
doubt, they have one.
I can look that up too.
Yeah. All
I
right, so
haven't-
Billy's gonna
yeah.
look into that. I agree with you on that.
And then, you might want, for us, to get the template, at least you could alter it a little bit to fit
Mhm.
our town.
Mhm.
As far as the committee goes, I'm not saying that's a bad idea. It's just, getting volunteers is sometimes difficult. But in the interim, if there's anything that you feel like you need, you know, the board to know about, or you to.
Well, I just think
The
the board needs to know
see it,
how the systems work
yeah,
and what it takes to make it work, because I'm not gonna be here forever, and you start hiring outside, and what you pay me is nothing, what you're gonna pay.
you-
We
Preaching
do
to the
have an
choir.
ordinance. But it might not deal with delinquencies,
It doesn't.
It doesn't-
but it certainly deals with who has to be tied into it.
Yep. we
So
looked
Right.
at-
You're not allowed
We
to
could take
not
that
be
ordinance and
tied
amend it.
into it.
That doesn't have, you
Um,
can't use it, it doesn't cover.
That's a start.
I can look at, I don't know. I don't know how
So-
to-
We can,
So you've got three things. You want to raise rates. You want us to put an ordinance in for delinquency, and you want to propose a separate water sewer committee.
What, we can talk about the water and sewer committee,
Yeah.
but it's just something that I think you should
Yeah.
think about.
well,
But
let's
the other
talk about it
committee,
now.
the water rate and the sewer rate needs to happen,
And that's fine.
and the ordinance needs to happen, or else we can't do anything for the delinquent ones.
yeah, I think you have a receptive ear on that. Um, in the interim, you know, before any committee actually is formed, if there's something that you think we need to
Right.
see, I will come out and look at it with you anytime. So I'm your guy.
Okay,
How do you foresee interacting with the committee? The committee,
would, I mean, I think.
Are you
there's
gonna
something
meet
more
with
to
them?
talk about the future and what things are gonna need. I mean, you got
so you're gonna be on the committee as well.
one system that's 46 years old.
Operator.
Are you reporting to the committee or you will
Right.
be on the committee?
Well, no, I don't wanna be on.
So-
Well, I would go to the meetings.
Yeah,
I'd have
right.
to bring up, you know.
So the
what
committee-
problems are
The
and what-
committee would have the authority, you would report to them and you would like them to have the authority to make. to s-
Right, make decisions,
Well, suggestions to the select board.
right.
Didn't the legislature pass something this past year about water sewer delinquencies?
I mean, this
I
is,
have to look.
It's still not gonna work till you have no.
Like we could-
in my 9 years, this is the first time that we've really gotten such a severe delinquency. Okay, I don't know about back in the,
Never.
right.
No.
Since-
we
right,
haven't.
So,
since the-
yeah, this is why this is all coming up, because we've never needed any of this before. So, obviously, as time goes by, we may need it again.
I've researched some of that too, and, in the past, the clerk has, filed a lien on the property.
Right,
So
That
that,
one
we've done-
particular property.
no,
Yeah.
not that,
Oh.
just others have
Yeah.
been filed on other properties.
Mhm.
Is that something that's requested like by the operator or?
I
how
think,
does
I think,
it
I think
work?
I could bring it to the select board and just say, we have, would you like to place a lien on?
That's a good way of
Such and
dealing
such a-
with it until the rest of it gets done.
Right.
Right,
well, I mean, you can, that doesn't do anything other than.
It doesn't put money in our coffers, but
So what, do they receive something like by mail when that happens or?
yes.
Yeah,
and-
okay.
And it's a filing and a recording, a serving, they get served.
That's
Yeah.
certified.
It's,
Documents.
okay, that's what I was-
And
It does.
I was.
I just think we need to start.
I agree.
I agree as well.
mhm.
The committee will have to talk about the definition of the committee and what it is they're
That's
they're
just
doing or not
brought
doing,
up, I mean,
what
it's not-
what their authority will be.
But if you look in the other towns, they all have water and sewer committees.
In other, this town has always had the select board as the commissioner.
Yeah, but a lot of years we had.
And we still
board
are.
Members that understood it. Not to say you guys don't.
Oh, I don't. You're good.
I mean, I don't, I'm a little hesitant to recusing myself because I own the laundromat now.
See, and you should.
So I'll just be a little more quiet. I notice on the power bill, we have two consistently increasing charges for sewer pump 4 and well house pump. They're getting pretty skyrocketed for electricity.
The time on 'em, the sewer pump, one of the sewer pumps is running a little bit more. I'm wondering if it hasn't got a hole in it.
Yeah,
But
is
this
that the well
winter time,
house
I know
one?
There's 2 or 3 houses that are running that don't normally run. Which would increase immensely.
Right, the
I
one,
wouldn't push the panic button until we got the spring and see if it comes back down.
Sewer.
Water.
water. Well, one is the well house and one is the sewer pump over there,
Well, we
right?
had some issues down there,
Yeah,
so that's why that sewer pump down there.
but even last month, it was like considerably more than it was last year at the same time.
You
So,
looking at money or you looking at BTU? I mean,
usage, kilowatts.
kilowatts,
Mhm.
but you
Yeah.
also got older pumps.
Well, that's what I'm asking is like, we just replaced one, but we know we need to replace another one. And so you can attribute to the
I'm not.
it's
gonna
extra
make-
$100 a
I'm not
month.
Changing that this time of year.
Okay, but
If
it
it's
is,
Emergency is one thing, but
it is on the agenda.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because, yeah, something's going awry there on those two bills.
Well, I'm pretty sure probably there's a hole in the pipe. Every time we pull the pumps, the galvanized pipe coming up has had hole in it. Our water's acidic, so it's gonna eat at the iron pipe.
So we know what we will do with our extra fee money.
Is that something you can camera down and find? No.
You gotta pull it.
Okay, so to be continued. So as originally directed, can we make this proposal right now during our departmental reports, or should we move it into an agenda item? For what?
Rate
Rate increases. I don't know if we need to warn that before we vote on
I
that.
don't think you do, it's just,
When
never-
he
we
sends
never
the
had.
bill out
Right.
next week.
Right.
it'd be all,
But then
it's
it would,
not
we
gonna
wouldn't,
happen right now, it's gonna be 60
right, but
days
if
out.
we vote on it, it
Or-
wouldn't, the public does not have any
120 days.
input time.
I could put it on the next agenda just
I
to
think it
formally.
makes sense to warn it, and we'll do it next time.
Mhm.
That way people have the opportunity.
And we're gonna send bills out this week, so it'll be in that also.
Well, so this was gonna be my question, is if we wait until the next meeting,
We anticipate.
so in the letter, you'll say we're anticipating this?
I would use a
Yeah.
word that says, we intend to, or we anticipate, not that
asking
we
the
have.
select board to,
Mhm.
something along those lines. You can,
Heads up.
She's gonna write it up.
okay. Okay.
Okay, energy coordinator.
No, but if we could, go back to the library.
We
for a
got them?
moment.
Yes, we can.
I looked back in my notes and I see that the phone number that we have on here is Melody. And I don't know if you're able to speak, Melody. Just wanted to check in
Yes,
with you.
hello. I was muted and I couldn't get myself unmuted. Can you
Still
Still
hear me?
here?
Okay.
What's,
Okay, hello. So everything's going pretty good at the library. Not too much to report. Our application has been submitted, so we're excited about that and just kind of getting everything together for that. And usual events happening. We're going to be doing, or the Friends of the Library is going to be hosting an event in May. So that'll be the annual event for that coming up. And Maya's going to be clearing out some old books. So she's hoping that if, anyone wants to come and check them out and see, or if they have any concerns about what books they're getting rid of, it's stuff that hasn't been checked out in a long time. So in efforts to make more space for new books, she's hoping to clear a little bit out so that we have more room. And, oh, the IT, I haven't gotten an update, but at our meeting, we had not yet heard from the IT person that I believe, Julie, you had shared with Maya, but we're hoping that we can connect with them to deal with any issues that come up. And that's about it.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah, thank you.
Grant updates?
No, I do not have it.
I do not either. Well, I think it's time to hear from VHI management.
I have something to share and Ashley does as well. I'll start. So Feeding the Valley Alliance is a local nonprofit was started here during the pandemic. Currently operates one Friday a month out of the Hancock Town Hall. It always been in our plan to have them be a tenant in the pub building once it was finished. However, they've run into a time crunch because some national policy changes around food distribution, food availability. They go into too much detail, but they currently pick up food at Gifford's loading dock, bring it back to Hancock Town Hall, where it's broken down into portions for families. Have typically 50 to 60 families each time coming and picking up free food there. Sometimes it's delivered, but mostly it's picked up by the families. They are now in a situation where they have to find a new home by June 1st. They have been, as I mentioned, in the Hancock Town Hall. They don't believe that's going to work in the future, given other things that are going on in that building and their requirements to maintain their relationship with the Vermont Food Bank. So we're in discussions with them about moving into the classroom wing of the building, a room, until such time construction happens. Then we would have to move them over to the theater wing of the building, find room for them there. We haven't got that all worked out, but when we do have a more specific proposal, we'll come back to the select board with a recommendation about that. They have no source of funding other than donations, so we're not talking about a lot of rent coming out of this, and it never had been pictured that would occur, that they'd be paying market rent. But nevertheless, it's a vital service to the community. So I just wanted to share with you that that's an issue that we're working on right now. We have been in discussion with Sarah Raid about whether this would impact our, how the building has to be preserved for renovation. You can't disturb the floors or the walls or anything like that. You can paint the surface, you can plug in the refrigerators, you can set up tables for people to come in and pick up food, etc. It would also involve having a food bank. If this is successful, and they have to apply the food bank to enable this to happen. A food bank would have a truck come once a week to deliver food on pallets. They would bring it in, break it down, make it ready for people to come and pick up in carry-out bags, etc., which is what happens today. So it's a little bit involved, but we think this is an important service to be able to continue. If this doesn't happen, they have no home to go to. They can't pick up from Gifford anymore because of this policy change at a national level. And so this is an effort to keep that service going and getting them into the hub building prior to when we otherwise had expected that to happen.
Who do we have downstairs? Using
It's
the,
them, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah, there's 2 refrigerators and a freezer. So
so,
they
But like, it's
provide-
really for only like Thanksgiving that
Yeah.
they're down here. They don't like come in here every Friday.
No, correct.
but that space wouldn't serve them.
No, because you gotta have people come in and pick up food. It has to be a sanitary space.
Sorry.
Okay, so
It has to meet certain.
are the
requirements.
refrigerators that are in the base?
I don't know if that's a decision
Yeah,
they
that'd be
made or
good.
not, but the idea would be to put all in one place.
Take them away
Mhm.
to a
Yes.
sanitary place. I get you, I've been there.
I think this is a great thing.
Mhm.
Yes, I wasn't sure if I was dealing with two different agencies
Yeah,
down there, and so, do we have to vote on anything?
No, it's just a briefing that.
It's a good idea.
We'll come back with something more.
Okay.
Do you,
Get it all worked out.
do you have to come back? Other than to just tell us what you're doing?
They're not collecting any money.
No, I mean, so
Well,
please
we-
come back and tell us what you're doing, but like, you're framing it like, we'll come back with a proposal, and I'm not sure that you need to.
Yeah, this is a first, we're figuring this
Okay.
out together as we go. So maybe what I'll do is, once we go further, I'll connect with Mike and we'll figure out, whether we need permission to do this, or, is a lease gonna be required, that kind of thing, so. We'll,
Oh, right, okay.
we'll update you soon.
Okay, yeah, does bring up questions, but we'll ask them as we go down the road.
Ignacia has-
Usher's up.
I mean, I was just gonna say, just saying that we're hosting more private rentals and also working with things like the Rochester Stockbridge PTO. Because we have an ability to serve, food, or we have the ovens if they want to warm things up, or Walter has pizza makers now. So people are finding it really convenient to host their private events. Or we had the Rochester Stockbridge PTO hosted Ruth Hardy, and we had about 50 people come to that. People are really interested in the Act 73 situation.
Mhm.
So, it's been great to see more people utilizing the hub space, so that they can warm up food or serve it, or have a sanitary place to serve food, as Kristen said.
Are there any more dances planned?
Not right now.
Okay, the constable's waiting.
May I ask a question?
Yes,
When you have like private parties and stuff, are you charging a rental fee?
yes.
And where does that go?
That goes, since it's under our insurance and hub hosted, it goes to VHI, and that money goes to working the building.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, thank you.
I guess ask also, just so we wouldn't have to wait to the rest of the agenda for the meeting tonight. If anybody else has questions about VHI, now would be a good time to ask.
Do you have a set fee for rentals? Like,
Yeah, we have a form that we
Okay.
send out.
is it?
And obviously, we work with people, like with the Rochester Stockbridge PTO,
We can
what we did
Bring it up
is,
later. We don't have to.
we had
I don't
them,
think there's anything to bring up.
we provided food, and then people, bought the food. And so that kind of served as the rental fee,
Okay,
because that money was coming to us, if that makes sense.
okay,
So it's, it's important to us that we're accessible for our people. If it's like a private event, like a birthday party, then we have like a set rate, you know what I
Okay.
mean? But other than that, HALA, the arts, the Hub Arts and Learning Alliance has, when they do their art classes, they have set rates. So just that we can remain consistent.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You
Thank
know,
you.
this is a good interchange. I like it. You guys should do more of it. It doesn't have to be in a select board meeting. But it's complicated, the way the money's coming in and going out, and
Yeah, and I just
you,
wanted
you
to
guys
make
need to be on the same page.
I come bother them here.
Yeah.
Yeah. They see me.
Yes, we do.
No comments or anything? Okay, let's move on to select board updates. I just have some informational things. I took CPR training this past weekend, and I do suggest that everybody should. It is a wonderful thing. It's virtually a first aid class for emergency situations. And if the opportunity arises, everyone should jump on that and get that knowledge. Regarding the dog issue on Kennedy Drive, a penalty letter was delivered to the homeowner last Friday morning. The homeowner was not home at the time, so there will be a follow-up visit to make sure that they have received the paperwork, and that they are accepting the penalty and correcting the problems that have been complained about the dog. I am working with the planning board a little bit in providing both direction and advice to Cindy Hill, the attorney that the town has secured for cell tower communications with the PUC and people and things. So, you know, that's still on our agenda a little bit. And so I think that's it. There had been a request to me from someone that the town jump in and buy the Catholic Church property. It took about maybe 36 hours for the realtor to have 3 offers in hand. It just doesn't seem feasible that the town will be able to jump on this bandwagon as quickly because we have to, buying real estate is a long-term process for a town. So, I have a feeling we'll be seeing that go to a private owner, but, I did address it with the person that said, town should own it. Yeah, well, no, not going to. So, that is it for me. Oh, except, we did have, we are preparing a response, and this is a little bit of a planning board thing, that, the select board and the planning board together will not be participating in the tier 1B, state planning area designations. It's kind of a child of the Act 250 adjustments. And so the Two Rivers was trying to entice us to jump into that. And the more we investigated, the more we decided that we would not. I can read the reasons why we're not. We do not have the administrative capacity that larger towns have once you jump into the tier 1B, which I hear is not that extensive in this particular level. But nonetheless, we just really not going to bring a lot more paperwork into our clerk's office. Number 2, floodplain infill, which is a proposal of tier 1B, it does not seem to be a good fit for our area. Number 3, our areas for potential housing development are very small in this valley. We can already allow up to 9 units on a business residential lot without Act 250. So this tier 1B really is just not, doesn't conform to what we already have in place. We do not have soil mapping, which was a requirement there, and we have had development-friendly zoning since the 1980s, and most recently removed density limits in the business residential zone, and no developers have come knocking. That is to say, tier 1B may be a lot of work for low potential results. So we are not opting into participating in that program. And that is it for me.
I guess I could give a little update. We, Two Rivers arranged for a contractor to come here this past week to do a blower test of this building, as well as an inspection of the building generally and the mechanicals, particularly the HVAC mechanicals. To prepare a more detailed scope of work for the upgrades to this building to be funded by the MERP grant, and enable us to be able to put it out to bid. So we continue to advance the MERP upgrades to this building. That's all I have.
Perfect. Well, it's starting to move along.
Yep.
Yep, good.
I got nothing.
Okay,
Can I ask a question?
you can.
Mike, about the MERP,
Hmm.
are we gonna be doing an amendment? Is that what I got out of one of those last emails, that it's something that we need to do because we've decided to not go forward with the project down at the town?
That's not been decided.
Okay.
That's a possibility that we may need to, but it, you know, we're gonna stay in communication with the MERP people at the state.
Okay,
You know, they've indicated that that might be necessary, but
okay.
not for sure.
We have, Aja on our guest list. Is that,
That would be great if we, um,
let's give our guests a chance here.
I'm actually on for the park use.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's where we're slipping you in there. Okay, let's move on to our new business. I have reviewed, we have the February treasurer's report. And we have crested more than the halfway point now, and the numbers are looking really good. I believe in this report, I saw that our incomes were higher. And so I have moved that we accept the February 2026 treasurer's report.
Second,
All in favor?
Hi.
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah. We look forward to seeing what the March report brings us. We have a certificate of compliance. What happened to that? Number 2. Oh, okay. Number 3, certificate of compliance, sign updated certificate of compliance for 2026. This is something that we signed an older version of previously.
Yeah.
And so we are updating, signing the new version so that we are all in compliance.
Yes, the last sentence is like off by 1 word.
so.
And so this is for-
We signed the old form and then
Yeah.
we're just gonna sign the new.
Yeah, they're like, oh, look, now we have a new one. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Town roads and bridge standards and network inventory. And so we, the legislative body of the municipality of Rochester, certify that we have reviewed, understand, and comply with the town road and bridge standards, public works specifications, and standards passed and adopted by the select board July 8th, 2019. We further certify that our adopted standards do meet or exceed the minimum requirements included in January 21, 2026 state-approved template. This is what we have here. We further certify that we do have an up-to-date highway network inventory, which identifies locations, size, deficiencies, condition of roads, bridges, causeways, culverts, highway-related retaining walls on class 1, 2, and 3 town highways. I have signed this. I have not dated it. And I can verify that I have been up on the website that the state is developing, where towns were asked to go in and pinpoint all of their culverts. And if you want to go up and find that website, Rochester's got some culverts. It's like little dots everywhere. And so that was an important thing that they're now trying to trigger other towns that haven't done it yet to get that done, and we have gotten it done.
Yeah, every time we get a grant and aid, I update those.
So there's tons of them.
Uh-huh.
Mhm. So I move that we sign the updated certification of compliance for 2026. We moved for the old one, but we might as well move for a new one.
All right, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next on our list, getting our chores done, is a letter of intent to participate in the fiscal year 27 municipal roads grant and aid program. This is an important program that kicks back some money at us.
Mhm.
And so it helps us keep our roads that everybody loves in Rochester in good shape. And so, with this, there are best management practices, municipal roads, general permit. And so anyway, we don't know how much money yet. We have an
Yeah, we don't know
idea.
yet.
But, once this is signed and submitted, we will know that we would be getting a good chunk of money back from the state to help us maintain our roads. I move that we accept this letter of intent to participate in FY 27 municipal roads grant and aid program.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
This is a good thing.
Yes, indeed.
Mhm.
Today's date good enough?
Yep, 323.
Next is signing we have a new contract from the Windsor County Sheriff's Department. This is our annual contract, and we are continuing the same service that we had last year. At 2 shifts that average 4 hours each is typically what they do. Let me read that. The Sheriff's Department will provide to the town fully equipped and trained deputy sheriffs in patrol vehicles, and deputy sheriffs shall patrol the town as follows. The patrol services shall average 8 hours per week to be spread over no less than 2 days per week. Patrol services shall be on days and times as agreed by the Sheriff's Department and the town. Town may identify certain areas of the town for particular focus by the Sheriff's Department, and the Sheriff's Department shall then concentrate its patrol in those areas. In addition to regular patrols, the Sheriff's Department shall provide emergency response services as needed. That is when they are available to us. We also have the ability to do a special request to the sheriffs, which we do take advantage of for our 4th of July parade. But I don't believe that we request them for our Halloween, but they do show up anyway. So in addition to not knowing when they're going to be in town, which I believe they do check in with the clerk when they are in town, just the rest of us don't get to know. They are there when we need them. And if there were more situations where we felt we needed to have sheriff services, law enforcement services, we would definitely ask them, and they've been very accommodating. So
And we have asked them to do
Yeah.
certain things, and
Mhm.
they're totally up for it.
And I think the rate might be different for that function, like if they do a
Yes.
special function
Yeah.
for us,
Yeah.
like $100
Yeah.
an hour or something.
Typically when they come here, because they come up from, I believe, Springfield, they merge our time in with other towns that are in the area so that they break down the travel time into 2 or 3 different towns. But if we were to ask for a special trip, we may not have that luxury. So I think that's one of the reasons why it would be more expensive.
Mhm.
And they do have a flat fee for hiring them out and this and that. We do get a report from them about any law enforcement that they had done while they were on duty. In addition, it's back up to their invoice that they send us on a monthly basis.
Yep.
So I move that we accept and sign the Windsor County Sheriff's Department Law Enforcement Services contract for the upcoming year, which is tailored to our year, July 1, 2026 through June 30th, 2027.
Second,
All in favor?
I,
Aye. We have an application for the use of the town park for the Rochester Farmers Market. Aja. Is there any questions from anybody about the park use for the farmers market for the upcoming year? Now is the time to bring up,
I have a question, I
Grass.
have a request. I'm wondering if the vendors could help us clean up the park. Raking.
in the spring.
In the
Mhm.
spring, raking and, picking up all the tree limbs and things that are all over the place.
Do we not have the kids anymore?
We haven't had kids for years.
Oh, that was so much fun to watch them do that.
No, it was mostly parents.
I remember many years.
And so I'm just putting a request out there. Last year Kevin requested, and he and one other person came. Mary's
My
father
dad.
came at age 98 or whatever.
I think he's gonna be.
And I came. But it would be nice if the people that use the park could come and help us.
Is there a specific date for that
Not
already
yet.
in place?
Wait for it to dry out a little bit.
Mhm.
And we had damage this past week. So we're just gonna take care of getting heavy stuff out of the way.
Right,
So it's a matter of just raking,
yes.
and then he'll come back and
Mhm.
he'll come back, or we'll get rid of it from there.
Can we, set that date for our April 13th meeting?
Think that's too early? Still too wet?
It's,
I think she was saying, will you have the date by our April
Yeah, okay.
13th meeting so that we can
Right.
tell people when it will be?
yeah, it would be nice to get it done toward the end of April or early May. I don't know when the
Okay.
dates start,
The events start May 22nd.
yeah,
Is there value to tying it to Green Up Day?
no.
Okay.
There's-
Okay.
Is that Memorial Day weekend, May
Yes.
22nd? And it goes until October 9th, 2026. And then Fridays, if people don't know, it's between 3 and 6 PM. Sometimes it goes to 6:30.
Yeah, it does tend to. And I had, another thing that, so every year is a little different with signage. And I know that signage, on Route 100 tends to be a state issue. Because like of where you can put signs
Mhm.
according to where the road is.
Right.
But, one year we had signs and we were asked to move them, and then last year we had one sign, so I guess I'm wondering what the select board would like me to do. You know, most of the time, something like the farmer's market and other towns has at least a sign up that stays up. I mean, Randolph's is up all year, just to alert people of the season. But I didn't know if there was a town policy or about anything like that.
I think it's part of the park policy to have no signs on the park, or no signs left on the park.
We have a banner across Route 100 that appears on the back.
Probably could do that.
Yeah, I mean, I looked, I couldn't see anything in writing. That's why I wasn't sure if you knew.
Have to put some thought into it, on how to inform the town Monday through Thursday that there's a farmer's market on Friday, so that they remember that.
And I know that goes with like the summer music series,
Yeah,
with the harvest fair about when we put up, so
Mhm.
it's. I think we've always kind of just traditionally done what we need to do. So this is why I think it's the first time I'm kind of just saying, hey, what would you like us to do?
well, I don't know about how we would approach the state on it. If we were to have something in the state right away, it would be right at the edge of the sidewalk.
Right, right.
We don't need people walking into it.
It's a certain footage away, which I've always made sure that we're not in that.
The pre-run right away.
But maybe we want to put it, we want to see about putting it in the state right away, since
State
it
right
is
away,
not,
Town's full.
Was it really?
yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe that would work, because obviously you're not going to be there when it's snowing, so then you would have it up before snow flies in October. So,
It's challenging.
I would like, because that would be your road frontage, and it would be, and maybe you could do something that is like a banner
Mhm,
that could stay there
mhm.
all the time. Now, you probably would have to stop it from being caught by the wind and flying around the park or Route 100. So I'm gonna think about the unintended consequences of that. But, maybe I could just start talking to, the state district and see if I can work my way up the ladder on that. Is that,
Yeah, I guess I wanted to make sure it was okay if I put that sign there. It's, I think
We
one
want to
year.
put what sign where?
So there's the Rochester Farmers, it's this, yeah, the sandwich
The
board.
sandwich board.
Yeah. So, my dad and I are the ones who set up for the market, and, my dad does, excited to do all of the setup and everything, but I really don't want him lugging that thing every week. So that's why it's been kind of, last year, we just kind of left it there, and I didn't know if no one had said anything. So.
And yeah, it was on the corner of the park, right?
Last year was actually in the middle,
Yeah.
kind of a setback from the road. I'm
Okay.
trying to be as.
Mm-hmm.
So, so it's a two-part question, right? Which is to say, what, can you leave the sandwich board up for the season?
Mhm,
What are the policies? Can you do that?
yeah,
And then a secondary one, which is to say, is there a way to do a more seasonal signage that might go with state things?
sure.
Yeah,
I mean. People just forget, you'd be shocked. People are like, oh, is the farmer's market happening? And I'm like, yeah.
The sandwich board at Pierce Hall is very effective.
Yeah.
It's very eye-catching and
Exactly,
effective.
yeah.
So that's why I'm hoping to bring you closer to the road so that it catches eyes. Of course, you're on the side where people will be parking, so if there's a car there, no one can see it. So, yeah, I mean, what you're doing is fine. I'd like to make it better.
If you have ideas on that, I would love to hear them, yeah. So as long as we're not
One of those,
bothering anything.
one of those blow up things.
The guy, that was the guy. They make costumes,
I know.
Pat, if you wanna
Yeah.
wear one.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Okay, thank you.
But yeah, let me just browse around and see if there's something, and then maybe have a conversation with the state to see, if they even have an opinion during the summer
Right.
about being in if there's a procedure for applying for that.
Thank you.
Like you said,
Is there a plan to keep cars off that area next to Sing's Skip Mart, where we blockaded it with those horrible looking signs?
yeah, those were horrible looking signs. I understand that something needed to be done, and that's what we had. Would we consider, the possibility of putting up a little corner fence there with an opening so that people know this is for people to walk through,
I
not
think
for
that
people
would
to
work.
park at?
It would just keep cars off that area.
Mhm. It would probably also have to be removed in the winter because of snow.
Right. We are gonna put some more trees there, but not this year.
Well, don't piss off the snowplow guy
I think about them
all the time.
all the time. We took
So,
them down.
yeah, I mean, that corner of the park is unsightly because it gets beaten down quite a bit. And, of course, last year we had the vegetable stand show up too. And, it is the corner of the park. It is the feature, the gateway to the park. And, so I don't know if a fence is the right way to go. I mean, it would solve the summer problem, and then it would have to be removed in the winter for snow removal,
I could put
so.
a very large farmer's market sign that just cover that whole area. Problem solved.
Yeah, that could be the problem solved.
Work on it.
Yeah, let's do a little design work and see what we can do. Yeah, and we've got until May 22nd to address that. You'd want that up by the middle of May for sure.
Yeah.
So, we've got a couple meetings to mull over on that. Okay, in the meantime, though, I do move that we accept the application for use of the town park for the Rochester's Farmers Market again this year.
Second,
All in favor? Aye. Aye.
aye.
Number 7 on our list is really yet another signature process. We have finished our local emergency management plan municipal adoption form. We are adopting the plan because the plan was updated, and it needs to be updated on a regular basis as people come in and out of government. So these contact names need to be, in case of an emergency, you know, we need to know who's gonna come to our rescue to help us, and other people may also need to know. And this is also a vital thing that I believe is an integral part in obtaining grants, if this is not in place. So, this has been updated, and, I move that we adopt the local emergency management plan and, set it in place.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
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 And thank you to Michaela and Chad Richardson and Larry for any input that they have done on this. Here.
Yep.
And this is good for
A year.
every year we've got to do it. Yeah, well, that
Yep.
makes sense. Every year names change.
Yeah, that's good for that. Yep.
Do we have any old business to discuss? Well, we've got a little bit of homework to do on some of these things, but I move that we adjourn.
What?
Nope,
Public comment.
yes, we do. Go ahead, public comment. Let's go for
I
it.
didn't come here expecting to make a public comment, but having heard the update on the MERP grant,
Mhm.
I wanted to say a few things. I question putting a lot of money into this building when there may be a better solution for the future of the building to move it to the high school building, the hub building, which would make this property available for housing. It's an ideal location, in my opinion, for housing. And the hub has space available for a modern town office. And so my recommendation, I would like to make a recommendation to propose that the select board authorize a short duration study, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, to just analyze that option and then make a decision about whether you want to do that or not. I've spoken to a number of, I would say, thoughtful people in this town who also think that this office should move to that other building and release this property for housing. I think that's a hypothesis that's worth testing, and maybe it's a good idea, maybe it's a bad idea. But I think it seems to me that we're coming to a point in time where it's like now or never to decide that.
Now or never to move the town office?
To make a decision whether to move it to another location or not.
I think you're getting way ahead of yourself.
Okay.
You know, you have to get all that stuff done to that building before that could even be a possibility.
Right.
You know, I'm not saying yes or no, but I'm saying not now, for a decision.
Can I ask a question? Because the MERP came through before.
Yeah, well,
So the
that's a
MERP
whole nother thing. I
Right.
mean, the MERP money is an improvement to this structure that for whatever it's gonna get used
Is an improvement to
is
the
an
structure.
improvement.
Yeah.
And it can't be used for anything else. So it's use it or lose it.
Yeah.
You know, and as far as moving the office to the hub, that is a question for another day that is in the future.
Okay, I appreciate that. And I guess my concern is that if we do the MERP upgrade to this building, are we committed to keeping the office here as a municipal building for unlimited period of time, 10 years, 15 years?
You mean as a condition of the grant?
Correct.
I don't believe that that's the case,
Yeah, I
but
don't know.
it's a reasonable
good
question.
question
We
for-
should,
No, I don't
Two
believe
Rivers.
that there are any requirements that,
Okay, that,
really-
I think that's the background to my concern, is that
Mhm.
if we go ahead and renovate this building, which it sorely needs, no question about that, does that mean we're locked into this location as a commitment to the grant or not?
you want my 2 cents? Everyone, I have concerns about moving our town offices away from this elevation down to anywhere near where there could possibly be a flood zone. So that said, I have been in the vaults of other towns that have been flooded, and you can't not read their deeds. Therefore, I kind of break out in the hives just thinking about getting close to a flood zone, even if you were to put the vault on the mezzanine. No. Number two, the Valley Hub is currently in a probation period. And the original agreement was that after a 5-year period, the Valley Hub could then take over the building from the town. Therefore, we would have our town office in a building that we don't own, because it would be transformed over to the Valley Hub. I think that's bad business. And it would have to have a tremendous amount of assurances with it. If the Valley Hub concept in the 5-year period that we are in fails, well, then it's a possibility that if the town does acquire the building and there is nothing going on down there, that point, we could consider it, but not until that point comes. So, I'm in a complete wait and see, not until 2030, before I would even start having a discussion about that. Sorry, but I just have always had my thumb on the Valley Hub. This has been brought up since 2018, since we started the idea. And I'm not sold on it yet, nor would I recommend it to the town to consider that at this point in time. 5 years from now, or 4 years from now, we're down to 4 years from now.
Yeah.
It could be a completely different discussion.
So my point is just to get it out on the table as an issue for consideration.
I received a photograph of what the lobby would look like when the town office moves down there already, so it's a little bit more than a suggestion.
It's a fair question.
Yes, it is.
just Not a question for today.
The question, as I understand it, separate from whether or not this would move, is, does the MERP grant come with any requirements for what this building
does
is
not.
used for? It's
Yeah,
right number,
definitely need to.
and so that's a question we can
Yeah,
answer
Right,
for the next meeting.
Mhm.
thank you. Good. Thanks a lot. I appreciate
And improving this building, whether the town office is in this building or becomes affordable housing, improving the building improves the building. There's nothing wrong with improving the building.
Two Rivers will answer that question for us because they're helping us with the MERP grant.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Mike, do you want me to reach out to Megan? Cause I can get a quick answer from
That'd
her.
be great.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that tomorrow. And then I'll be prepared to bring it back to the next meeting.
Anything else? I move we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
I